and gentlemen, it's episode 9 of the Banter. The two villains and Vanny are now located at the Georgetown pub in the Glebe. Doing a special episode for you today. Off the bat, we have Aaron Hooper today with us, doing an interview. Doing an interview. He's not white. Anyway, Aaron Hooper's in the house today, not only part of our supporters club, but also a player, so we asked him to come here to be interviewed. Thank you, Aaron, for showing up. Stefan as well, my good cohort, and of course Mustafa. Thank you for dropping by. He'll be helping me out and asking questions later on. Today's episode, apart from the interview, we're going to be talking about friendlies that have been happening internationally, as well as some Concacaf qualifying. A couple of interesting scores to mention. Africa Cup of Nations, the semifinals had already come to pass. Now the third place match has already come to pass, and now the final will be set up. Transfer window, plenty happening, mostly in MLS, but you know, players being transferred to Europe, as well as a couple big names. CSA cutting ties with the CSL. That's happening here in Canada. What's been happening, you know. Match fixing has been resurfaced. Financial fair play, including Chelsea and Man City, who have been mentioned. So when major clubs get talked about, guess what? It becomes news, and then we talk about it. As well as UEFA wanting to share Euro 2020 across Europe, not just in one or two locations.
Completely full play tonight.
So we have lots to banter about, so hope you guys enjoy. Alright, now on to the interview with Aaron Hooper. Helping me out today is Mustafa. Thank you, Mustafa, for you know, taking a few questions with me. You know, so people don't have to be you know, bored with my voice the entire time. Aaron, how are you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah.
So right off the bat, how's the injury, by the way?
Well, it's coming. It's really on and off. I mean, you know, I'm putting a lot of work in, but you know, you get these kind of setbacks sometimes where your knee might give out a bit, but I mean, ultimately it's getting stronger. I'm training every day, especially at the Carlton and even in Canada. You know, I'm doing a lot of work, hopefully to get ready to sign that big professional contract soon.
Basically, like, as for updates about it, like, do you see yourself getting back into action anytime sooner or later? Well, how's the rehab?
Yeah, the rehab's going good. My physiotherapist is Dave Foley, the Canadian national team physiotherapist, so he's projecting that hopefully things will be ready by the summer, potentially playing with the PDL side. Okay. Not sure about where exactly I'm going to be playing yet, but hopefully to play at somewhere at a high level where I can get experience and exposure.
Now, what are you doing in the meantime?
Right now, just you know, trading, doing a lot of promotion, strength work, and also, you know, going to school and accomplishing my dream of getting a, you know, a university degree.
So next year, do you go back to Kingston FC or PDL side, or what are plans for next year?
That's a little bit unsure right now. You know, I'm trying to talk to a couple different clubs, trying to talk with Kingston, and then hopefully talk to the different PDL sides in the US and Canada, and even maybe different CSL teams. There's also been potentially some talks about me going to England, training for a month, or Spain.
Whereabouts?
In Spain, I'm a bit unsure about. I'm still trying to talk to someone there, but I was talking a bit with Fleetwood Town and
in England.
Yeah, in England,
some
right towns there. I was talking to them, and they're like, potentially you can come over for the summer, get some experience and training there. You know, train with our academy and youth sides. And
any so what are the immediate goals right now?
Right now, it's to get 100% fitness, get my knee good, and you know, be ready for this season to showcase myself. You know, if I make these connections this summer, then you know, anything can happen from there, and hopefully, you know, I'll sign a good professional contract.
Any long-term goals after this summer?
I think the biggest long-term goal is to sign with the NASL Ottawa. You know, that's truly the ultimate goal, because then I could potentially finish my university degree as well as playing professional soccer for my city and representing my city and country well. You know, and you know, also representing being on the youth side for the Canadian national team, which is another goal.
So how do you plan to achieve those goals?
You just through hard work and to try and really get my name out there, make connections, especially through the different supporters groups and different coaches. But I think the main thing is to put in that work and do a lot of ball work and make sure you can learn something new every day. And these setbacks like I'm getting with these injuries and that kind of stuff, I'm hoping that eventually they'll overcome and I'll play.
Now when you get back to action, let's say you're gonna let's say you don't go back to your old squad. All right, now you're gonna go try and find someone else, and you're being interviewed by them. They're watching you, testing you out and stuff. Like, what is it? Like, what's the one thing that you can bring to any team?
I think my leadership qualities is something I can really bring to the team. Also, determination to, throughout my whole career, I've been truly determined and a hardworking player. So to go as a defender, to go after those balls and, place. That sounded really bad, but to go for the ball and take it away from the attacking team and to really, have a good movement on the ball and on and off the ball, to pass it well, and I believe that I could be an asset in speed, and I'm some sort of game changer. Even score some goals, which I've been training a lot to do. Hopefully, I'll be like the next kind of Puyol in Ottawa,
the jack of all trades.
Exactly.
All right, now this is a big one for me. If given the opportunity to represent one country, which one would you want to be most capped with, and why?
I would have to say Canada.
Beautiful.
You heard it first, folks.
Exactly. I've been thinking a lot because my dad is American and I can get an American citizenship, so I would be able to play for the American national team. But truly, I think what has given me a lot of passion, and I've seen the passion, and I truly believe in supporting local football and inspiring the youth here to see someone who's gone through all these injuries and to represent my national team at the highest level, and maybe even one day captain for the national team would be a true dream of mine. And that's who I'd love to cap for the most. Maybe get the most caps. That would be good.
So now here's the fun stuff. You and Stefan were the two that went to CCFC matches and basically spawned what has now become, a really well-established soccer supporters group in Ottawa as the Bytown Boys. So, was there any one particular reason for you wanting to become a footy supporter?
Okay, big thing was when I originally tore my ACL, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't walk, I couldn't play soccer, even FIFA. It was I was playing, but it wasn't that same passion I had while I was playing. And to have Capital City there and to have Stefan and to have this supporters group, it really meant a lot to me that I could,
So far so good here?
Yes, yes. That was our waitress, ladies and gents.
That's the waitress.
Yeah. So, building up on that, what do you enjoy most about being a supporter?
Biggest thing is, the passion. Because, it truly was represented from my heart. And, it's something that you can just scream and shout and say whatever you want. And that's what I truly love about it. And, it reflects kind of the game. In the game, I always scream and shout. And,
exactly. Just like the song.
Exactly. You're the 12th man. When you're not on the field being able to play, you're able to, still make an impact on the team. But, hopefully you'll be in the squad with NASL Ottawa. I'm coming for you.
And finally, would you still, once, the day comes, now we're talking years down the road, when you, finally decide, I'm going to hang up the cleats, it's time for me to step away from the game, but do you still want to be involved in footy in some capacity?
Yeah, definitely. I hope to be involved with potentially supporters group, but I also want to, do coaching, because, coaching young kids is something I'm very passionate about, and I've started over the years, and potentially getting that, or even I'm trying to do a sports management degree, hopefully get in somewhere involved in the club, but, anything I'm going to be involved with the club, I always want to reflect the supporters and what they want, because I've come from being a supporter to a player, and then, you know, by then if I'm part of management or something, you know, to reflect that, it would be good.
Aaron Hooper here on episode 9 of the Banter. Anton hosting alongside Mustafa. Thank you, Mustafa, for your help in asking questions, and Aaron, thank you very much for being here.
Anytime.
Thank you very much. Our first player interview, ladies and gentlemen, so on to the Banter.
Canada, I'm coming for you.
So off the bat today, friendlies that have been happening internationally: England, Brazil, France, Germany, Argentina, Sweden, and Canada, USA. A few notable matches to go on about. Stefan.
Well, let's go something closer to home. Canada playing Denmark in Tucson.
Not that it was close to home.
Yeah. Tucson, right there, down in Texas.
Texas. Yeah.
Yeah, but what, 4-0? Considering it's Denmark and we're putting out a young squad, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm sure they didn't play their first team.
No, they didn't.
No.
Mostly a Dutch league team.
Yeah, but Dutch league versus MLS. Who's going to win?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You can't have Ajax versus LA and think Ajax is going to struggle. That's just stupidity right there.
Yeah.
Then, of course, you had USA versus Canada. We drew. Yes.
Thank you, USA.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
And they were playing their squad leading up for Concacaf qualifying.
Yep. Now, USA has, since Klinsmann took over anyway, they've really shown how kind of overrated they are, because results-wise, they haven't been producing the best. Drawing last round, they lost to Jamaica, drawing Antigua. So they've been going through a tough patch.
That's
right
another
now.
one, Antigua.
Yeah.
Who draws Antigua except
Exactly.
Antigua?
And US. Alright, so then we got, let's go on to the more popular ones. England versus Brazil. Alright, I was not going to lie. I expected England to lose by 2. Now I'm an England fan. Then I hear Hart saves a penalty shot by Ronaldinho. I'm just going, yes! Alright, we can draw this.
Yep.
We can do this.
Yep.
England scores a goal. Okay, Park the bus shows up. No. Brazil ties up. Alright, here we go. Here comes the downslide. Typical England fan.
Right.
And then England scores. They're not sitting back. They keep going at Brazil. And they're just going, okay, where's England? What have you done with them? Make sure they stay away.
First time England beat Brazil in?
23 years. Take that one.
I was
Hey.
surprised to hear that.
Then we got France and Germany.
That's still not a big a drought as, like, you know, the Cubs not winning a championship or the Boston Red Sox when they finally, you know.
Yeah, but
Just saying.
when you think of world
23
powers
years,
in
they're
the
like-
sport, you're going to mention England. Okay, England's
I know.
not that strong of a power, but compared to Brazil, 23 years is a long time.
Yeah.
France, Germany.
Yeah, Germany was losing 1-0, and they won 2-1. But get this.
See,
this
again, I'm still on the fence about that match. I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, but also Germany was their first time winning in France.
Ever?
Against France, in France. They probably won games in 98
Oh, okay.
and probably Euro 2000.
But not versus France.
No, not
Okay.
versus France.
Okay.
Italy, Holland, they drew. Okay, questions asked about Italy again.
Questions asked about one Jonathan de Guzman, but go on.
I didn't see the replays, so I can't.
Oh, well, he played for them, but he has a cap for them, but he's not cap tied. So for Canada fans, there's still a chance.
Let's just get rid of it. We
No,
don't
no.
want you. Yeah, go
Yeah.
away.
See, when we're being told we have a chance in footy, chances are it's gonna backfire.
So we don't even bother anymore. We
Nope.
have a chance of getting this guy. Get rid of him. We don't want him.
Spain and Uruguay.
3-1 apparently was a great match, but Spain. What do you
Hey,
expect?
good for Uruguay though.
Yeah,
Yeah. The Czechs beat Turkey 2-0.
And then Argentina and Sweden.
3-2. I guess Zlatan didn't show up.
Was Messi playing?
Yeah, Messi was playing.
No.
But Zlatan...
This guy doesn't miss a game, eh?
No.
This
And I feel bad for Messi because he's going to go to one of these meaningless friendlies and he's going to break something.
Yeah.
And there goes the season.
Yeah.
Maybe his whole career. We don't know.
That's when Aaron comes in.
No offense, Aaron. I don't think you're that good as Messi.
You're almost there. You're halfway
You might be able
there.
to replace somebody who will replace him.
It's true.
You'll be a third-tier replacement for Messi in another team.
At least I'll be a third tier.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
At least he's in the system.
He could say I was there.
All right.
Now next we got Concacaf qualifying: Honduras, USA, Mexico, Jamaica, and Panama, and Costa Rica? Yeah.
Huge results.
Oh yeah.
So Honduras, USA.
What happened there, USA?
Honduras. Let's go Honduras.
Honduras upset us really badly, and then they upset the US.
We played like shit, so
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just
no,
saying.
the US kind of played.
I'm glad that we can share a loss to the same team as the Americans.
Yeah, no, but Mexico and Jamaica. The last time Jamaica tied Mexico was in '97. I remember because it screwed up everybody's work week. It was on a Sunday, and we were happy because as soon as we tied Mexico in Mexico, we were qualified for '98 World Cup. Prime Minister said, "All right, tomorrow's a national holiday. Nothing's open." So nobody went to work, nobody went to school. Yeah, 3-day weekend.
But I'm late because you're late.
Exactly. Yeah, but winning and drawing in Mexico is ridiculous.
Yeah.
For those who watch TFC against Santos Lagunas, that's just one club in Mexico.
Yeah.
Imagine all of Mexico.
Mexico, the last World Cup I saw, they put up a fair fight, from what I can see.
I've been listening to a few things over in Europe. The States are no longer guaranteed the spot.
Not at all. The States should be really scared right now, I think.
Yeah, they're
But
I
I think that's good because then it brings fairness to it.
Yeah.
100% complete fairness.
But they've even said Mexico's no longer guaranteed.
That's what I'm saying.
From CONCACAF, Mexico has just about the best youth system in
Yeah, the Olympics proved it.
yeah,
I honestly-
not just in CONCACAF, in the world as well.
I'm sorry, if you want to qualify like anybody else, qualify like everybody else. Don't give yourself, oh no, I'm a little tired, I'm going to take a nap, and then I'm going to wake up and I'll play in the round of 16, I'll meet you there. Like, no.
No, I think it's good. Panama, Costa Rica. Costa Rica's been to the World Cup. Panama hasn't. So this is going to be interesting to see.
But just like Honduras, they're on the uprise.
Yeah, Honduras and Panama, when those two play, that's going to be interesting. Because to see one of those teams enter into go to Brazil, it's going to be insane for that.
For both of them, it would be huge for the country if they made it.
Yeah.
Because we saw what Panama fans did against us the night before we played them.
Yeah. So it's going to be insane.
Africa Cup of Nations, like I mentioned earlier, the semifinals have come to pass, where Mali and Ghana had lost their matches, played a third place match, and Mali came on top 3-1. The first place match, though, the championship game, Nigeria versus Burkina Faso. Who'd have thought Burkina Faso was going to make the championship game?
Thing is, Euro 2008, group members make the final. I'm not too sure about World Cup. Was Holland and Spain the same group? No, they weren't. Then you have Euro 2012. Spain and Italy from the same group. Now you have Africa Cup of Nations 2013, Burkina Faso and Nigeria from the same group. They finished even on points, but plus 2 goals differential between the two. Burkina Faso finished on top, and when they played each other, they drew.
Nigeria being the heavy favorite for this match, Stefan, you have the
19 to 20. Don't bet. Unless you're going to bet over $100, you might make $1 profit. It's
exactly.
Not worth it.
Yeah.
If you're willing to bet money, though, I put money on Burkina Faso. They're 13 to 4.
Yeah, about a month ago, I called Nigeria. It was a complete guess, but I did call it on
And that's my Africa team. It is. I have the jersey.
He bought the kit. I saw him do it. Anyway.
And I picked up an Argentinian number as well. She was hot.
And
then her mom found out she was talking to an England fan and yelled the crap out of her. That ended that possible relationship.
Mali coming out on top 3-1 over Ghana.
Well, something for Mali to be proud of. Their country's in turmoil right now, so...
And Ghana, I mean, they came out with a strong performance at the last World Cup, and
Well, that's the good thing about the Cup of Nations. It's such a strong tournament that you cannot pay attention to it. The only thing that sucks about it is like the last game starts at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like,
Their tournament's about as short as the PDL season. Holy shit! Like it's just lickety split. Next up, we got transfer window action happening with Bot and Beckham, and then a bunch happening in MLS where MLS players going to Europe or vice versa. Off the top, Dembaba.
Dembaba to Chelsea.
I love Dembaba.
Well, he almost got a hat trick his first game.
Yeah, yep.
So what? He shows up to Chelsea, plays his first game, gets 2 goals. How long did it take Fernando Torres to score 2 goals for
all
Chelsea?
season?
Okay, but at the same time, everyone's hating on Torres, but Rooney hasn't scored that much goals either, you know what I mean?
I hate on Rooney.
But no one else, the media isn't hating on Rooney, but they're hating on the Spanish guy, you know what I mean?
The English media won't hate on Rooney because they have a love affair with Rooney. If Rooney offered them to sleep in his bed for 5 minutes, they bend over backwards, bring the lube, and let him fuck him over.
Again and again and again.
Language, please.
Please, this has anyone who's listening knows I have. He did that in Euro. He did that in World in South Africa. You don't expect him to do it to you again? Please. When I play FIFA, the only reason why he's on the starting 11 is because he's rated 89 out of 100. That's the only reason. If he was 85, I'd drop him. I wouldn't give 2 shits.
Beckham going to PSG for
well, we called it.
Bosch wanted Paris.
But the only classy move he's made here is that the fact that all his earnings while at PSG are going to go to charity. This has spawned smiles worldwide. Even for Beckham haters. This is still, you can't deny this is a really classy move on his.
All I'm saying is there's. I know what you're saying. I agree with you. It is classy.
Beckham goes to PSG for charity. His earnings from PSG are going to go to charity, 100%. And even for Beckham haters, no one can deny this is a classy move on his part.
But I still think there's going to be a sponsorship deal for the providers. There's got to be something. That PSG is owned by the people who run the bank for the Qatari royal family. They got the money to play, so there's something there. I like what he's done. I'm not denying it one bit whatsoever. I think it's classy. I just think there's more to the story than there seems to be. That's all I'm putting out there.
Breck Shea from FC Dallas to Stoke. Andy Anyar from DC United to RSC Anderlecht in Belgium. Rogers Espina from Sporting Kansas goes to Wigan. Freddie Montero to Millonarios on loan all the way to Mexico. Act Pfeffer from Philly to Hoffenheim. And what's the last one here?
Gerrard, Lampard, Real Cooker, DP rumors. Yeah, those are all rumors. Gerrard is a big rumor.
So out of those transfers.
Well, with Breck Shea to Stoke, like the MLS stalled.
Yeah.
It had to be transfer deadline day.
Yeah.
But of course it's the MLS. No, you don't talk to the teams. You talk to us. You talk to the league. You don't talk to the team. It's nice and simple for any other team, but it's a pain in the ass because the league is going, well, we lose a good player from here, so who do we want to bring in to replace him? And it just goes on that whole spill. But that's the only story that popped out about the transfers to Europe. Everybody else was fine. It was fine for the rest of them. Breck Shea was the only one that rocked the boat.
Okay.
Andy Anyar?
That was fine. You know what? DC has a good squad.
Andy Nahar is a young Honduran who's really promising right now.
What I've always said is the MLS is not going to be a league where you can come and play your career. It's going to be a league to launch yourself.
Yeah. Now, in the case of Breck Shea,
but I mean, I think it's gonna eventually it's gonna become a league. Like I would personally, as a player, I would be happy to spend my career in the MLS. You know what I mean? It's good facilities, good players, good level. Even here, Nesta even saying he was surprised at the level here, and it's getting a lot of positive vibes.
said that too.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is now we'll go down to the DP rumors. Why do we need to, if our level's getting so high, why do we need to go across and get players that they want to retire, but they're still good enough to keep playing?
Well, one word answer to that, money.
Yeah, that's all it is, but what happened? So what?
I think that's just a starting.
Let's bring over Girard. But by bringing over Girard, that means there's a midfield position gone, so you have a sub.
Yeah.
Because you have a sub, there's someone put on the reserves. Because there's someone on the reserves, they're stuck in the academy. Because someone's stuck in the academy, a player that could be in the academy isn't. Because of one player coming in.
But I think in the modern game, you have to kind of have these kind of things to,
but you can't advertise this league to the NFL fans and say this is one of the best leagues in the world. Even NFL fans are going to laugh at you and call you a moron.
Yeah. What they're trying to do, though, is keep their young Americans. Breck Shea, they tried to keep so hard because he's an American. They can sell him,
that's all they're looking for.
Yeah.
Like Nigel Coker, the only reason why he's been mentioned is Klinsmann. It says if he leaves Bolton and comes and plays in New York, not DC, not Kansas, not anywhere else, but New York.
Yeah.
It's fine. That's the other beef I have with the MLS. But they're only looking at two clubs, New York and LA.
But I think Montreal is opening up now as another
Montreal's
big market.
Doing their own work, though.
Yo, Montreal's just raising their finger to the MLS and saying, fuck you, we have the numbers, we can grow, we've proven it, and you can't stop us. They just flipped them off and said, try us.
It's mostly New York that MLS is doing work for. Even LA does their own work.
Yeah, it's now, the MLS is just, they want the two big fish.
Because it's in New York City.
No, it's in New Jersey.
League office is in New York City, so
Pretty
obviously
much.
we're gonna have.
But I mean, MLS got New York Marquez, they got him Thierry Henry, whereas at least LA goes after their players.
But there's even some talks of I've been reading some stuff of Neymar. Even they're saying he would be good assets in New York Red Bulls as a new young star, to spice things up.
Neymar would really have to be stupid.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Neymar could go. You take out Messi and put Neymar in there. I'm not gonna say he's gonna replace Messi, but he'd fit in.
Yeah.
He's that caliber of player. That's the thing I don't think the MLS is realizing. The reason why Europe is this good is because they've built it.
It's Europe.
For over 100 years.
And they produce their own players. They don't buy them.
The MLS has they're what, 20 years old?
Yeah.
So what do you expect? It's going to take time to reach that level. They're competing against somebody who's over 100 years old. Older than you. They've made their mistakes. They've learned from it. That means they can handle the waves compared to you. You're a lot better at handling the bumps in the road.
Yep.
So that's my little rant. Of course, somebody again is going to message us.
Hey, we got the usual anti-MLS rant out of the way now.
Someone's going to say, Stefan, shut up about the MLS. You shouldn't talk about the MLS anymore. You hate the MLS. Blah, blah, blah.
CSA cuts ties with the CSL. What happened? What's to lose? Future shit that's going to happen? Match fixing again has been resurfacing.
Yeah, well, Ben Rycroft came out with this story a while back.
Yep, for the CSL match fixing.
And of course, it's the teams coming and going. The CSL rebranding itself every 2-3 years. Different format, different name. What's going on with the league? It wasn't stable to start with.
No.
And
now the number they came out with, 100 million, but on the CSL.
I'm not shocked. I am not shocked.
Yeah, that's a lot of cash.
It's funny because they don't even make close to like 100,000
in ticket sales.
in anything.
Yeah. they can combine all the food, the TV rights.
So the CSA has used this as a chance to just dump them.
Yeah.
I don't know if.
I think they were waiting for an excuse to do it.
They needed an excuse.
They needed the excuse because they can't take the leadership role on their own, right?
Yeah.
So what the CSA is doing now is basically, I don't know, maybe I can get your opinions on this. I don't know if it's the right move or not. But for domestic league, the CSA is handing everything off to the provinces. So they're saying, provinces, you're all responsible for yourselves. At the end of the season, we'll have a cup. Maybe put your teams in the Voyagers Cup, whoever wins. But more or less, domestic league now is on the provinces instead of.
I don't agree with that personally. What I think, I'll go before Aaron, because then Aaron could poke holes in it for me. What I think is more or less the CSA says, we want you, this is how the league's going to go. Here. Run it.
Yeah.
And then you go on about, this is a system, run it, you oversee it.
Yeah.
That's what the FA does to the Premier League, to all the divisions. They say, this is how it's run, you run it, make sure everything's good.
Yep.
And we'll sit back and watch.
Yeah.
The CSA still has to do that leadership role, not the provinces. And I'm not going to lie, the territories are going to have to gang up together to maybe put 3 squads in. Like, they're going to have to build indoor fields.
Well, to start, they were talking about 4 provinces in particular, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure we can guess what they are.
Yeah, Quebec, Ontario, Alberta, BC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well, they already printed that in the Metro.
Yeah, BC.
They specified
West.
those 4 provinces.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I like that idea of.
Hell, they even had a whole thing on it today in the Citizen.
I don't know. I kind of like that. I like it. It's like 50-50. I like it and I don't at the same time. I like how they're kind of giving it kind of a province, because 2 things. You can have all these different clubs in the country, you know, and make it kind of like England, how they have a bunch of different clubs, and you could build the fan support your local football kind of thing, which I really stand by, and I love that whole idea. But like, I think there's been talk of maybe going towards an OHL style, which I really like, but the CSI still has to govern. Like having the Western, the Ontario, and you know, the Quebec leagues.
Yeah.
You know, to have that, and it really develops the support. So I think that would be good.
No, they were talking. Go ahead. Yeah, so they were. The one advantage is every province in our country is different, right? So they all have their own needs. And what people were saying is this. So instead of having one national domestic league, it would be better for the individual provinces to kind of take care of their own issues. That way, there's a better chance of the leagues actually surviving. And we started with 4 provinces. We can end up with maybe a Maritimes league, so we can expand based on that. Whereas no one really trusts the CSA anymore to govern anything. And you talked a bit about domestic 2, or like a Div 2 kind of league. NASL is replacing that for us as well, so we have to go regional.
Yeah, but also the NASL has said they are looking at Canada. They're not really looking at the States now for expansion. They've hit their expansion spots in the States.
The NASL seems to realize per capita, Canada is actually.
They got 2 places in mind, and it's the 2 right places.
Yeah, Calgary's one.
Yeah, and Hamilton. The third one.
Calgary's really close, apparently.
Yeah, the next one should be Quebec City. Can you imagine Voyagers Cup impact against Quebec City? Okay, bring out the tear gas. Here we go. Riot police.
Well, if Calgary gets one, imagine the derby with Edmonton.
Yeah, so it's. But as Anton brought up, was the what's at stake? Like, what's going on with that, Anton? With the what's at stake for the CSL, CSA, like, because it's not a sanctioned league anymore.
The CSL?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the
I
CSL.
think it's good that the CSA is trying to do what it is they're doing. I just don't like, now going back to what we talked about the CSL, I don't like how that ended at all. It's completely classless, and for me to try, I support the idea of them wanting to build provincial leagues across the country. I just don't stand by them particularly because of their history, and I'm not, you know.
Yeah, and the whole timing stinks. I think they desanctioned the CSL the day before that huge study came out. the viability of like before a huge study came out telling them what to do. So
that's a lie, by the way. Huge lie.
I will say this, until I know where this idea came from, but if we were to say it, Harper will send his goons, or whoever the Prime Minister is will send their goons to us, and we will no longer exist. We were never born.
Yeah.
All our Facebook pictures would disappear, even the ones we don't want people to see.
So, on to the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. Match fixing, on with more match fixing. Now it's become more apparent out in Europe, thanks to Europol. That's their version of the FBI out there. Making it also apparent in Champions League, Qualifier League games.
Yeah, it was supposed to destroy the beautiful game, apparently.
Yeah, what was
it's not going to happen. But
yeah, what was it?
I mean, why don't you start with China?
Yeah, China. Saw what's going on out there. Saw what's going on
If
in
you
Canada.
if you can solve China, I still stand by it. I know I'm repeating it. If you can solve China's shit, you can solve the rest of the world, no problem. Be just fine.
Like, we know match fixing didn't really go to Kingston because Aaron's not driving around in a BMW.
No. Right.
Like, he doesn't have the iPhone 5. He doesn't have the latest kit.
No, it's all stashed at his manor. It's all
He's actually lives in Rockcliffe Park. He lives in Embassy Way. Like,
now let's not say exactly where he lives.
yeah.
240.
No, but the worst match that's under scrutiny is Liverpool's win in 2009. They were losing 4-0 in Turkey.
Don't tell me they romped back with 5.
Yeah, they came back and
Oh,
won on
Jesus.
So, but the thing is though, it's Liverpool. You're not surprised that they would be able to do that.
Yeah,
But-
unless it's today, but
Yeah, but even then, you're still not surprised.
yeah.
So for them, okay, all right.
Now, which Turkish club were they playing? Because Turkey isn't exactly a
Yeah, they're not really they're not really a poster child for ethical gambling.
Yeah.
Well put.
But I think they're going to crack down on, because the one thing you don't do is piss off your cops, because they can get really anal.
Yeah.
Piss off UEFA. And then also, if you piss off UEFA, you're going to end up pissing off FIFA. And I know they're a bit corrupt,
Just
A bit.
but if you start showing more of the corruption, FIFA's going to try and crack down on that corruption that's shown to hide the rest. Oh wait, we're going to help you. Here, we'll help you put up this wall. Quick, sweep the dirt under the rug. No one's seeing it. No one's watching.
Yeah.
No.
Now, what I'm wondering is why do these big clubs do it? Because they're not exactly short on cash.
I think it's more the players.
The players are. I mean, it's not like this isn't FC Kingston.
Well, there's one thing I read about communism. Communism
I kid, by the way.
would work. Communism would work if not for the human nature of greed.
Yeah.
Humans are greedy in any sense. It can even be knowledge. We're greedy for knowledge. We always want to learn more. We always want that extra knowledge. We're always willing to learn
So there's
more.
good greed and bad greed.
Exactly. I know when we say greed, we all think
It's a bad connotation.
yeah, greed, but greed in general can be both. It's
Yes.
used horribly. Alrighty, that's what.
So up next, there's this thing called financial fair play.
Yay!
And what this means is, your team basically is only allowed to spend as much money as it has, not more than. But when you do that, then you start getting in debt, and then shit starts really piling up. Then all of a sudden, your debt is so huge that people like Man City and Chelsea, which we're about to talk about,
Stop buying money.
Don't hate on my club.
I already come by
didn't even
one.
hate on Man U
they
there.
start getting scrutinized because they need to bring themselves up to par, and consequences.
Yeah, well, it's. You ever heard the saying, if you owe the bank $100,000, you're in trouble?
Yeah.
You owe the bank $1 million, the
Yeah.
bank's in trouble?
Yeah.
Like, Man U, the last time I heard, there were billions in debt. Canadian dollars. I don't know about pounds.
So that's double.
Less.
Yeah, double.
Divided by 2.
All right.
Yeah. So, but of course,
half,
Don Cherry
right.
throws me off. Sorry, folks.
We're in a Canadian bar and the Leafs and Habs are on. Enough said.
Yeah, exactly. No, but so they're saying you're spending too much money. Portsmouth did that, and guess where they are now? They're in League One. They're going to get relegated to League Two, and they're in the Premiership 3-4 years ago.
They're
Look at Rangers with their money spending. They went down to Division 3 in the Scottish League.
Right.
What they're asking clubs to do is simple. If you don't make the money, don't spend it. Guess what? That's simple budgeting. What I love this though is any club, like more or less Everton down, none of the big clubs are loving this. The Aston Villas, the Wiggins, the West Hams, the Stokes, they're going, we've been operating like this since day one.
Yeah.
This is great. Like, Man City's going to have to start selling like there's no tomorrow. Same thing with Chelsea, especially with Chelsea with their coach changes.
So many.
Yeah,
Man
exactly.
City's garage sale will
It's
be
almost as
funny.
bad as TFC.
Yeah, exactly. But the reason we mentioned Man U. The reason why Man U isn't in it, one of their owners, I can't remember his name, he owns Sun Media in England, wiretapping scandal. Anyways, he owned Man U for a while, but he also owned Sky. So he sold the rights to North America for TV viewing of the Premier League. Then he sold the rights for Man U. So when Premier League started coming up in Canada, it was, who is Man U playing today? So he started people getting into Man U. So people started buying Man U products, watching Man U constantly. He developed that market for Man U. So right now, financial fair play kicks in. Man U's laughing because they got idiots across the pond who will buy a new scarf, a new jersey as soon as you put out a new design. They'll buy it.
Yeah.
And that.
And
Even if it is the
there's people even in our country who are just as bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Every year they'll buy the new
There's
kit.
bars in China that are Man U themed, in Singapore, in Asia, they're a Man U themed. And they paid for the license from Man U. So they're affiliated with the club. So it's kind of like being in a mall. You got to pay a down payment. Anyways, then you got to give a percentage of sales. So Man U's making this money. And also Man U put themselves out on the New York Stock Exchange as well. So they're making money that way as well.
UEFA shares Euro 2020 across Europe. Now normally we have 1 or 2 locations for the tournament, but this time for every group, so let's say there's England, France, Germany, Holland, those teams, whenever they play each other,
England's lost. Yeah, England's lost.
whenever they play each other in that group, they only play within those countries, and then when you move on,
Bad move.
It is a bad move. I think,
why?
well, the deal about going and having Euro is everybody gets to come to one place.
Yeah, exactly.
You limit logistics.
Yeah.
All the fans get to see other fans. Fans have been known to trade scarves, trade jerseys, trade anything they had. Probably not underwear. Unless it was really hot chicks, then they had no problem doing that.
Yeah.
But that's not the point. But now when you're playing in 2 countries per group, it destroys the purpose of the tournament.
Now, this is like in 1 week, right? The matches all in 1 week, or do they spread them out?
It's probably going to be spread out the length of time.
Okay.
It's normal.
Because what they've done now is it's a glorified Champions League in a way, and I'm not sure if fans are going to travel so much. Like,
I don't think they will. Like, the group is going to be situated in either a country or 2 countries.
Yeah.
That's it. I know England's put in their bid for the semifinals and finals for one reason. Wembley is 80,000.
Yeah.
And they can hold that number. I think the only other stadium that rivals is the Bernabeu. So,
Where the hell is that?
Real Madrid.
Really? No.
What kind of footy sport
Really?
are you?
That's why I'm the host, man.
Yeah, and if you couldn't hear, Aaron just chirped the host.
I'm a host because I have no knowledge. The thing... I'm learning. No, I was gonna say, why don't you just fuck with everybody? And if you really want to go big, go to, is it Rio or where in Brazil?
Rio,
they have a 250,000 seat stadium.
Yeah.
Go for it. You know how many people are gonna fly down there?
That stadium's dropping in numbers, though.
Right now, it's Chinese New Year. They're saying it's the biggest and highest, most populated human migration in human history. This one will top it right away. I'm telling you. Brazil host the Euro final. Go for it. Do it.
Yeah, it would be a great day to be a criminal in Europe, right? Everyone's gone out of the country.
I think anybody like
if Belgium's in the final, the whole country's gone.
There you go.
The police are on the team.
Anyway, any more thoughts you guys want to share?
No, let's see what happens. It's not a bad idea logistically wise, but from a fan's point of view, it ruins it. Because let's say, let's face it, England and Germany, if they were in the same group in Germany 2006 World Cup, but England fans always found a way to go have a friendly row with the Germans. I've seen videos and the police are just sitting around having a smoke, watching them because they know no one's going to start trouble.
It makes it a smaller event.
I think it would only be a good idea if they played each other twice. So England plays Germany home and away. If they did that would be the only good thing. The bad side I see is logistically is the travel, and that's going to hurt players.
Yeah, but the groups stay in that one country.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Anywhere.
Well, the big thing is it used to be a huge event in one country, right?
Yeah.
You look at the footballing history of that one country. It would be like a chapter in history, right?
Yeah.
Well, look at Ukraine and Poland. It was massive. But now, flip side, if we keep it to the way it is right now, I like it because it's neutral ground, except for one team, maybe two.
Yeah.
That's it. You know, and to me that's fair because they keep changing countries, so you know.
Yeah, exactly.
They just go through the rotation. So I mean, there's pros and cons for both, but I mean, come on. It's like you always say, don't fix it if it ain't broke. So. Come on, Brazil hosting a 250,000 Euro fans?
Why, dude? The States is hosting Copa America, which is a South American
So let's
tournament.
really fuck shit up.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking to us on this episode 9 of The Banter. Aaron, once again, thank you for showing up for the interview. We always appreciate your support. Mustafa as well, Stefan. My name is Anton. Before we sign off, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at BytownBoysSC, and check out our website, bytownboys.webs.com. Has both our Facebook and Twitter handles. Right now, since we mentioned we're at the Georgetown pub, we're selling scarves now.
Yeah.
For $20 a pop. Well, at least $20 a pop for members, but for non-members, guess what? You're paying $25.
Yeah.
So, if no one shows up today, perhaps we'll set up another one.
Yeah, get a hold of us. We'll find a way to meet you, get you a scarf. I'm unemployed right now, so that's my job, getting you the scarf. You get a hold of me.
Delivery man.
Yeah, I'm a delivery man. I don't need, a tip will be welcome, but I won't die. What's good is right now we're going to have some members from the charity of the event we're hosting going to speak, so let's have a word with them. Welcome back. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the interview done because, unfortunately, well, the battery died on us, so I had to forego the interview with the ladies from Auto Street Soccer. But they are happy we're part of this. They're looking forward to the event, so again, check us out on Facebook, like us there, go on Twitter, follow us, check out our website, BytownBoysSC. It has the links to everything you need to know about us. Even our email address is written up there. So again, thanks for listening, and hopefully this doesn't throw off your schedule. Bye.